Welcome back, and thank you for joining us at the Cannabis Coaching Institute. I'm so excited for today's guest. She is one of our star students and star grads. She even used to be a grad mentor with us. And the reason that I'm having her on today is to talk about all the amazing things that Michelle Crawford is out there doing in the world. But before we dive into all the other things, can we talk about an event that you have coming up like so soon? So Michelle, introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you? And what's coming up that's on your docket?
I know, like we have to talk about this. We have to share. We can't shut the fuck up. We cannot. Hi, Andrea. It's so great to see you again. Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Crawford. I'm a CCI grad. I'm a former CCI grad mentor, and now I also teach a DIY class. But what Andrea is talking about is that I started an apparel brand called Rep Your State of Mind. And to build community, I've started to host events over there at Rep Your State of Mind. And this summer, in just 12 days, July 24th, 25th, and 26th, we are going to party in Las Vegas, Nevada, people. Why? Because it is the entertainment capital of the world. Because we can go to the largest dispensary in the world there. Yes. And because they have new consumption lounges that me, as an advocate, someone who wants to normalize and destigmatize and represent the healthy cannabis lifestyles that we're all living out there in the world to help, bring all of this to the forefront. I want to bring you to these consumption lounges so you can experience it yourself and then bring that light back home and spread the good word, right? And I want to have fun with you in Vegas because it's easy.
I love that. So you're gathering with a big group of people in Las Vegas and you are taking them around to consumption lounges. You're talking to them about cannabis. You're being in community together, and there's still space in this event, correct? Like people
There
can still
is.
sign up right now?
Correct. You can head over to repyourstateofmind.com right now. I have a blog on it, on the blog, where you can read all about the events. And there's a big party in a suite that I'm arranging that you do have to buy a ticket for. It's only $50, and we're going to sell those all the way up until the last minute, Wednesday night at 7. Join if you're in Vegas. And then there's all these meetup events that I've created every single day. So the first day, we're going to meet up at the Sky High Lounge, which is owned by the Paiute tribe in Las Vegas. It is a consumption lounge where you can get together publicly, order cannabis from a menu, and partake of it right there in the air-conditioned gloriousness of the Las Vegas Strip, people. I want to try that out. And then the next day, we're going to have an all-day Splash Bash pool party in a swanky private cabana at the Cosmo Hotel. It is July. I am cognizant of the temperatures. We have air conditioning, people. We have all-you-can-eat food and drinks. We have the most amazing pool in the most amazing spot in the middle of the strip, overlooking everything. Come party, be with like-minded people. And that night, we're going to another consumption lounge called Smoke and Mirrors for an after hours get together in yet another legal consumption lounge in Las Vegas that I want to experience, ordering off their menu of cannabis, being served cannabis, partaking of cannabis in a group, socially, out in the world, in the wild, Andrea. Finally, we're going to go to the biggest entertainment complex that's cannabis focused in Las Vegas and therefore the world, because that's how Vegas is, right? The Planet 13 Entertainment Complex with the largest dispensary and on-site restaurants, bars, retail, photo ops of little factory where you can see how edibles and distillates and things like that are made, which is really cool. And now the Dazed bar, the Dazed like lounge, which is hidden like speakeasy style behind a fancy door. And we're going to go in there and check it out and tour around and have a brunch at the Breakfast Junkies restaurant. I'm so like honored and excited to be able to plan an event like this for our tribe. When I was at CCI with you, Andrea, all we wanted was to meet each other up in the wild. And now it's happening. Yay!
This is something that I've always appreciated about you. And we talk about this all the time, that people who come through the Cannabis Coaching Institute get the same education, right? You've either trained with us to be a cannabis educator or a coach or both. And originally when the school was started, we thought people would go out and do like cannabis coaching or cannabis workshops. We were like, we know all the things that people can do. And right from the hop with you specifically, I remember it being a really core part of you to normalize and to destigmatize this plant. And that probably comes a little bit easier for you. You live in California, it's a very progressive state. Recently, you started a clothing brand, Rep Your State of Mind, to help normalize and destigmatize cannabis for people all over the States, all over Canada too. Thanks for thinking about us.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about your journey? Maybe even like before CCI, was this like, is this something that you were thinking about? Like one day I want to go on tours with people, or can you just tell us about like before CCI, what was going on? And since CCI, you've done so many things. So talk to us a little bit about your journey.
Sure. Before CCI, I was corporate. I used to work as a marketing consultant. I've had many jobs in my life. Um, I guess I love to experience the variety. But right up until then, I was raising my family in San Jose, California. Like you said, I do have a normalization, like inbred native kind of feeling to me being a California resident. And yeah, I had a corporate marketing job. It was wonderful. I made enough money to start this business. Thank you. And bootstrap myself. So that's great. And I was taking cannabis and I was excited about it because it was working for me in ways way beyond I was ever imagining. And when I found CCI, I was looking for more education and someplace to get a paper, if you know what I mean, to get certified and to feel authoritative about what I was already doing, talking to people about cannabis. I couldn't shut up about it. Andrea, I think this is what we all know about ourselves. When you figure this out and it makes this difference in your life, you cannot shut up about it. It's part of you. And CCI, when I was looking at it, I mean, thankfully at this time and space, we are having more and more schools. And I saw several options online. But what struck me about CCI, and I think I've told you this before, was that graduates from CCI, I found websites of theirs. I found people who went to CCI and then went out into the world and then did the thing, said something, made a site, made a business, were coaching. And to me, that activation was a good sign. And that made me choose CCI in the beginning. And then I guess it's kind of like pushing me all the way through, like activating, making people actually do it. You and I share a background in education of small children, as a matter of fact, too, which it's an interesting thing, the pedagogy of learning and education, teaching small children. They learn from example, and how to activate them is a whole like mishmash of rewards and creating a set and setting where everyone's going to do the right thing together, community building, and like a momentum almost, right, Andrea? And like CCI had all of that going on, probably because of you and because of Corinne being the amazing educators and experienced people and all the years that CCI has been putting into this game. So I came in hot, not shutting up, knowing that I had to find a way to channel this thing that I was always doing with my life. And I thought classes, because teaching, of course, I love being a teacher and I love teaching people. And it's the first way we think of helping. And people asked me for my class. That's what started me off when I finally graduated in 2021. People asked me for my multi-cannabinoid tinctures class. I should mention I am, well known for my homemade health class. It's my DIY teaching class. I am established. It's been 3 years now of teaching multi-cannabinoid tincture formulation, topical making, including suppositories for better pelvic health and sex. Ooh, ooh, yes. And concentrate making with the extract craft machine, a specialty of mine that is not found in the greater wild world very much. But if you have reasons to make sustainably concentrates of FICO/RSO in your life, which many people do, I can help you with that using this great machine that helps you save money in the long run. And then Rep Your State of Mind came around because of being in service to our community, Andrea. You know what I mean? Like being so connected to a bunch of activated people who were definitely going to go out into the world and do the thing. And that's what I love about CCI the most, and why it continues to be such a big deal, is because I'm with a tribe of people who themselves are on my journey, their journey of my journey. And they are always doing what they're doing. And my company, I found a way to support. I found a way to support their efforts, their efforts to normalize and teach people, destigmatize, represent our lifestyles. I found a way to help them start conversations and be the light and the safe place in their community for people seeking cannabis information just by walking around. You know what I mean?
Just by wearing a shirt. Yeah.
And wearing a shirt or a hat or something like that, repping your state of mind. I really wanted to help people this way, build community. You know what I mean? It builds community when you see it, and it builds community when we gather. And I've always been about hospitality. I guess being a Filipino lady, my husband always saw it in me like, hey, you should have Canna Spa for the ladies. I was invited to a few wellness retreats this past year to speak, and to be there, facilitate ceremonies and things, in my shamanic practitioner work. And then that led me to understand the need for fun and the need to gather, just to be together, to build community, and to explore like these exciting opportunities. So Rep Your State of Mind Las Vegas is what's on the current docket, and I've already planned a club rep event in the fall in Santa Cruz. We'll be going to a Ganja yoga studio because that's normal there in Santa Cruz, experiencing a normalized event, and we'll be having brunch together and then touring the Good Vibrations sex toy store with Ashley Manta, the canisexual. If you want a personalized tour.
And so this is what I'm trying to understand is when you joined CCI, you had a passion, you had a fire, you knew that cannabis had helped you. You were already out there talking about it to everyone you knew. Did you have in your mind a trajectory of like, oh, in 3 short years, I'm going to be running events, speaking at wellness events, having my own apparel brand, teaching people about multi-cannabinoid blends. And just like as an aside, so many CCI students have gone on to take your homemade health class. And we hear about it all the time about people who thought the whole game was THC and or CBD. And they go and they learn from you like, holy crap, I can make an entire like apothecary or an entire medicine cabinet out of the various different cannabinoids. I can do that cheaply. I can do that easily. I have the power. Did you think that soon you'd be like taking people on tours of sex shops with the can of sexual? Like,
oh yeah,
how did this all start?
I'm in love with the industry, Andrea, and I'm so lucky to be in California and to know and to be like the biggest nerdy nerd of the California scene and what I'm interested in, sex and cannabis, and that amazing combination for people's relationships. That's really where I'm at with it. You know, sex and cannabis is great for your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others. No, I never saw this trajectory coming. It was you and Corinne that really like guided me through this over the years, because you always said, you guys don't know, you think you're going to do this, you think you're going to be coaches and educators, and that's totally awesome, the world needs more of it. But there's this other line that we kind of always say, Corinne always said, which is like, but you don't know where this is going to lead you, your inspiration is going to strike. Like, don't think that because you're a coach and educator certificate that when you want to open a bud and breakfast that that's not okay for you. Think, yes, can totally do this, embrace it. And it's so funny because, right, like when you're in the position of being told that, you're like, no, it's not the same, you don't understand. But when you're on the other side, which I'm so grateful for, the opportunity to be a mentor and be on the other side and to help the hundreds of students that are coming through CCI all the time with their passion to help other people with the plant. But what shape will that take? So being with you guys, being open to where this would lead me, you know, just always like embracing Corinne style and you style, the sort of pass the salt, you know, that mentality that we have about business. I embraced it at this level of like, don't reinvent the wheel, but in a really hard way. Like the reason why I thought it was great to go into apparel is because it's great to go into apparel. Apparel is like obvious. You know what I mean? It's a business move that's very obvious. And now I appreciate that I set all this up. It's so useful to have an apparel shop in my homemade health class and da da da. So I never planned it, but I really thank CCI and Corinne and you specifically for that little message that I just shared about like, you don't know where this is going to lead you and you're going to be prepared. You know what I mean?
Because I've been in this position and I've been able to see like the things that you've tried on and the pivots and the turns and the learnings. And this is what I find happens with all successful CCI students. And Corinne just told us like on a grad call not too long ago, she's like, by the way, you guys are not normal. You know, like CCI people, you're not normal. You're a bunch of weirdos who are extremely passionate about this plant. And this makes you get out of bed and do stuff every day, even if you're not 100% sure how to do that thing, even if you come up against like huge roadblocks, even if the thing that you thought you were going to do turns into complete garbage and you have to do something else, that the people who are attracted to our school tend to be the types of people who are like, no, I'm going forward no matter what. And you have been a real like shining example of that in your career post grad. I've just watched you try not 100 things. It's not like Michelle's been like out doing all the things, but you've taken things that you're passionate about that you can draw on from your previous experience, for example, teaching, and you're putting that all into a brand new business venture. And because this industry is so baby, we're so baby, right? Like there's no path forward to how to make a consumption lounge pool event go forward, so you have to like figure that out all on your own, but also not on your own, because we have this community of other people who have gone through this process, and you can bounce ideas off of, and we can say like, hey, do you want to teach people how to make cannabis edibles, for example? Go check out what Michelle's done. She's done it. So we now have so much proof of concept out there that it's even more fun.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Super wonderful. I'm so proud of all of our students, and that's the one of the most inspiring parts of having been through CCI, both as a student and as a mentor, is the community. And look at what I'm doing now, building community. It's all part of it. You know what I mean?
You shared with me a clip from your homemade health. I'm going to tack on to the end of this video. So if you want to see the kind of magic that happens in one of Michelle's class, stick around to the end of this video and you'll be able to see it. That has been a really big part of your kind of directive and mission as well, right? It's not just about the apparel brand. It's the apparel brand so that community can be built. It's not the event because you felt like going to Vegas. It's the event so that you can build community with other like-minded people, or bring people into the community who might not have had an idea that this was out there before. Can you talk more about that?
My business goals have been about education, encouragement, and empowerment. And I realized that the best, most effective way has been through community, Andrea. I am a team person. Community really is one of the most effective ways to do things as humans. We are social. Okay. So if we can tap into feeling strong together, this is my favorite emoji. The strong emojis, the green heart and the 100%. Those are Michelle Crawford's emojis. And this one, what it means is that we're strong together. It's empowerment. It means I'm empowered. And when I'm empowered, you're empowered. And what mostly empowers us is when we don't feel alone. And you cannot feel alone, because you saw me, little Asian woman, holding my 5-year-old's hand, leaving my kindergarten school with this hat on. And maybe that will make an impression on you, that you don't have to feel so bad about liking THC as a mom, because maybe you feel that way for some ridiculous, stupid drug war reason. So building community, why? Because it works. Plain.
Love it. I was just talking not too long ago to Kirsty, who built the Weekend community, and stay tuned because her video is coming out soon. And it is a community full of empowered women who are out there helping each other as well. So yeah, I just appreciate the fact that we have these really actually kind of far-flung connections. I'm in Ontario and you're in California, and yet we share this passion, this drive, this complete total weirdness. And so we have an instant connection automatically. It's lovely. If you want to connect with Michelle, where do you go? What do you do?
Yeah. Okay. If you want to connect with me, Michelle Crawford, you can find me I have 2 websites. If you want to shop Rep Your State of Mind, which I really hope you do, that's at repyourstateofmind.com. We have an IG and a YouTube channel now where I'm launching a podcast. Please subscribe. I have another website for the DIY side of my life, which is kindofcuriouscoaching.com. Go there, grab my free suppositories guide right now. You can get my free magical machines guide if you're a DIYer and you're like, what's that lady talking about, this extract craft machine? I got you. And I do have my original tinctures class. Can you believe this, Andrea? My original tinctures class that taught you how to make the canna kit with the 3 multi-cannabinoid tinctures that everybody was talking about, the 6 sisters, trifecta, exacta, and sleepy time, those things. That's $19. You can just get that and take it. Can you believe it? I made it evergreen, $19 at kindofcuriouscoaching.com. I can be your teacher. I also offer homemade health like twice a year live, spring and fall. So join us for the fall if you need that. See you then.
That's beautiful. We'll link to everything down below. So you can just click down below and go connect with Michelle. I was just thinking as you were talking right now about like, I remember we did a video like this a couple of years ago after you had graduated. I'll link to that too, because that'll be fun to go back and look at. But then I'm thinking about like, where are you going to be in 2025? Where are you going to be in 2026? Again, we're babies in this industry. So we're just starting out. Make sure that you follow Michelle and check her out because she is like a badass and you need to connect with her and grab some of her energy for sure. Thank you so much for coming on here and telling us all about all the fun stuff you're doing.
Thank you for having me, Andrea. You are a rock star. I love you so much, and CCI. And, you've meant the world to me in my career. Thank you for all you do. You're a badass.
Look at us badasses. Come be badasses with us. Yeah. Woo
Bye.
woo.